producing their own pesticides by themselves. So through this agroecology project of Clementi Song Foundation, which was supported by ActionAid Nigeria, we have been able to improve the livelihood of our saved, and we are contributing to sustainable agriculture and also bringing government closer to the people.
Friday Ogezi. And these are members of that panel. Oh, by the way, Friday Ogezi is a climate justice advisor, Nigeria and Liberia. This is an international coming. Please put your hands together. It covers the planet in Nigeria up to Liberia. You know, before you get to Liberia, you would have passed Ghana, you would have passed some other places, so it covers the climate in ECOWAS. You're welcome, sir. We have Lillian Okon, a farmer, an Espa2 community. Is that Lillian? Is that Lillian? I will vent my anger on you if you go beyond 20 minutes. Your time starts when your microphone functions.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Oh, please hold on. Are these microphones activated? Test them.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. Off phone book. Test what? Again. Please activate a phone books. Because I won't have any excuse. 20 minutes. Your time starts now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon to you all. Prof, by giving me more time, I need less than 10 minutes for exercise. But it's fine. We are going to hit the nail on the head. We've been talking agroecology since morning, what it is, what it means, what's the implication for us in terms of our food systems and all of that. So basically, somebody made a comment that we need chemicals if we can produce food to support our survival, and I want to agree with that person. But the agroecology concept is a transition. We are hoping that it's a gradual process. And for organizations and institutions that are smart, they are currently diving towards the agroecology. For companies that are producing the fertilizers, as I speak to you, the smart ones are currently going into organic production as well, so that when the chemical phases out, they'll still be in the market. This is happening. And at the federal level, we are also engaging the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security on ensuring that government begins to also impute the organic, inputs into their farm inputs that they give to farmers, especially women that are into farming activity. So this, we hope, with time, we will achieve what we want to achieve, because we must live healthy, we must have a future for the young ones, and also a green economy. So I just want to give us a brief overview of youth in agroecology and all of that before I begin to ask them a lot of questions. So globally, youth in agriculture and agroecology, there was a regional conference that happened sometimes, I think in 2022 in Kampala, in Uganda. And basically they've seen that the options for alternative to industrial agriculture is agroecology. We understand that the major contributors to the climate issue across the globe is industrial agriculture and the energy sector. And when you say industrial agriculture, people begin to wonder, why are we saying industrial agriculture? All the companies that manufacture the tractors, the pesticides, the herbicides, they all contribute to climate issues. And this is not healthy for the society. And the major contributions come from energy. So the solution for the industrial agriculture is agroecology. And also, the solution for the energy sector, that's why you keep hearing clean energy, renewable energy, and all of that. But as Nigerians, as young persons, what do we have? What were we born with? It's agriculture. That's what we know. Even as a country, our foundation was on agriculture. But a lot of factors have come into play that have relegated that sector. So that's why we are hoping that as engagement happens across the states, across the countries, across the region, and West Africa, and globally, we hope that we'll have a transition system. So we don't work alone as an organization. This agroecology has also, we have had engagement with the Minister of Agriculture on this to ensure that it is integrated into the Nigerian Agricultural Extension Services, so that more people are also reached with agroecology messages and practices, with model farms to look up to. I recall we had a meeting sometime last year in Abuja, and all the 36 ADP managers in Nigeria from the 36 states participated in that meeting to ensure that they integrate this into the work that they are doing for more people to adopt it. So basically, I'll be asking you some very simple questions as it relates to you, so you just speak to it. Our number one line ministry in this is the Ministry of Agriculture. So we want to ask you, Ma, how is the government of Akwa Ibom State in the Ministry of Agriculture funding the agroecological activities in Akwa Ibom State? Basically, we know there's a call for 10% increment by the Malabo Declaration to contribute 10% of state or national budget to agriculture. We know that is happening every year. But has there been money set aside to fund agroecological activities in Akwa Ibom State, or are there plans to start funding agroecology in Akwa Ibom State? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I wouldn't be specific if they're only right now, but I know there are plans towards that. You have been meeting with our ministry, you have interacted, and everything we discussed is noted. Presently, we are going around distributing, but we need to, fund a empower the training section of our CADEP, because for some time now, the funding has been very low. The training aspect of it has not helped the states.
All right, thank you so very much. So I want to ask you the very last question. What opportunities lies in the Ministry of Agric in Akwa Ibom State where young persons can leverage their expertise or their opportunity in terms of getting support for the agroecological practices in the state? We have seen that some young people in your state, these are not manufactured. You saw the video. These are life happenings in your state. So what opportunities do you think are available? Because most often, these young persons, they are not even aware. They are faced with challenges of maybe land or inputs and all of that. So what opportunities are available so that the young ones seated here can also, cascade this information for other young persons to benefit? Are there programs in place by the state government in the ministry that supports women and also young persons? We would like to know. Thank you.
Yes, we have the youth in agriculture, and currently every local government has been asked to donate a land where the youth can also train. So there are so many programs, even on radio and television, that's sensitizing the people on agriculture. So they can key in, can walk into the ministry, meet the director of agriculture. We are currently registering farmers of different value chains. They can benefit.
So youths, are you hearing? Go to the Ministry of Agriculture. They are currently registering young people on different value chains. Depending on what you do, those opportunities are there for you to leverage on. Thank you so very much, man. My question next will be going to the SOFON representative. We understand that in the food systems, especially when it comes to processing, what it means is that if you eat gari anywhere in the world today, or you eat akpu or fufu as they call it anywhere in the world today, it was processed by a woman. A woman fried the gari, or a woman did all that it translated to us to be able to eat. So as SOFON in the state, what currently are you people doing in terms of adopting agroecology practices, and how have you been working with young people to ensure that they development? I'm looking at production, processing, marketing, and selling at this point. So how in Akwa Ibom State? Because when you say smallholder women farmers, you see only our mothers. You'll be looking for the young women. So how have we been able to work with the young people, given that this project focuses on young women?
Under AFAN, All Farmers Association of Nigeria, in which all the farmers, irrespective of your age, on air, we advertise. We also organize free training and seminars to farmers, in which in most cases it's all in the seminar. The population, the most of the people that will come will be women going about the agriculture in organic way. We also give them input. Apart from the cassava that you are mentioning, there are other agri-products that also need a value chain, like the orange flake sweet potato, in which most of us don't know. There's a sweet potato, variety sweet potato. You can also fry. You can also eat like carrots. You can also make flour from it. You can also use it in bakery. Those are the value chain from this potato, in which it is healthier for human, in the human system. So women, small women agriculture are being carried along. And we are still sensitizing on more to come, more women, so more of them to participate. And we are organizing all these seminars, sometimes 3 times in a year, not funded by government, but from a private sector. Like I've said, AFAN, All Farmers Association of Nigeria, is a NGO. We volunteer so that we train and expand, because we are in need of encouraging food security and food sufficiency and security for the well-being of our members and the entire masses. So we are trying our best, and we are encouraging them to come up too.
All right, thank you so very much. Young women, we're encouraging you to come to SOFON and join the work towards ensuring food security in Akwa Ibom State. So my next question will go to the young lady beside me. I believe you are a farmer, you are practicing agroecology. So what has your experience been in terms of the old system of farming and the current agroecology that you are practicing? Limit your question to areas around your access to input in terms of cost of production, cost of buying fertilizers and all of that when you're using chemical, and now you are doing the organic farming. How has it been for you? And what are the challenges you have faced? So because we have government people in this house, so that they can go back and, engage in terms of responding to those issues. So 2 things we want to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The new method of agriculture, I would say that I've actually adapted to. It's better because I just see that it's not expensive, because you make use of the available things you have for you to do your planting. The old way whereby you need to buy fertilizer, for some of us that don't have land to plant, start with buying or renting a land for you to plant. You go into buying the seedlings and the rest of it. But a situation whereby the government gives this not just for house use, and thereby it will improve the economy and reduce poverty in the system. So the new method of planting with the use of the natural things around, it's better for me. But if the government can come in to also assist, okay, what does these people need? Okay, since they can't give us the natural fertilizers we need, at least the provision of seedlings will motivate another young farmer there. But a situation whereby a young farmer that is trying to grow, probably like a graduate like me, I finished school, the money I have now is probably to go into something that will bring me money, like quick money. But going to use it to buy seedlings, I plant, and at the end for my own local government, where the natural things done, it's not motivating the crops to grow, I would be discouraged. But a situation whereby probably seedlings from the government, seedlings for whoever, probably a farmer, coming in, if I get the seedlings, I do my effort of planting, I would know, okay, this person will give me to do another shot of, okay, let me give it another shot. But I buy it myself, I do the planting myself, it would discourage me, and as an entrepreneur, I would want to use my money to do something else that would give me more money. I won't even want to go into further farming, thinking of for house use and thinking of the public at large. Thereby, it will still increase poverty. So if the government can come in with the new method of farming, you don't have to buy everything. You make use of natural fertilizers around. You make use of like the herbicides we were actually taught. You make use of the neem leaves. It reduces your cost, the things you put into the farming. Thereby, it will increase agriculture and other people venturing into it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. So the key things are issues around seed security by the government to ensure that they have access to those seeds, and also input support. This is what the young people of Akwa Ibom State are saying. And we know you have a responsive governor who, if this gets to him, he will want to respond to that. So this will support their work, access to land and inputs. It's what they are calling for to ensure that they remain in the viable sector that could support their survival. Thank you so very much for that elaborate talk. So, sir, I would go back to you before we round up the session. I promise in less than 10 minutes we'll be done with this session. So, here in Akwa Ibom State, we have a lot of private sector, we have agencies, we have groups that are working. How can we harness public-private partnership to ensure that we're able to promote sustainable agricultural practices here in Akwa Ibom State? We understand that government is doing their bit, ActionAid is doing their bit, but there are a lot of private sectors with so much money around their CSR. By that, I'm talking about their corporate social responsibility. How can Akwa Ibom position themselves to tap into those resources that all these organizations have to promote a sustainable, agricultural practices in the state? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to say that on the part of government have actually been motivating and encouraging private-public partnership, in the sense that once in a while, government relates with the captain of some of these industries to actually ensure that they are encouraged. If you have followed activities in the last 1 year, you realize that His Excellency, the governor, has personally been visiting some private farms. The essence is to encourage them that I know what you people are doing, you can do better, and I want you to know that I'm behind you. That is enough boost. And also, we have in the Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation, we have a directorate that is dedicated for agri-investment. The essence is to encourage private-public partnership by giving them the necessary information, and in most cases, some of them may not really need funds. All they need is that security. What all they need is their bankers want to know, is government supporting what you are doing? And on different fora, we have interacted with them, and we have even encouraged them such that if there are needs for us to interact with their partners, we allow them, give them opportunity to interact with their partners even outside. The essence is to give them the assurance that, look, behind this business, government is supporting you, and government will do that in terms of policy formulation to ensure that you get the best, you repatriate whatever investment that is done. And I know in most agricultural investment, they enjoy things like tax holiday. Government is even planning now that for the big farmers, government is going to bring in tractors so that where they have issues maybe in land preparation, government can encourage them. These are ways government is trying to assist or encourage public-private partnership. And government has also established a microfinance bank, Ibom Fadama Microfinance Bank, which is solely for agriculture. The essence is that if they run into issues in financing their businesses, they can approach the bank. And the bank, being a specialized bank, will know how to address some of these their challenges. So government, as far as this government is concerned, and if you look at the Arise agenda, which was the blueprint of government, you realize that the first letter there, A, is for agriculture. And just recently, I don't know, there is a model farm that is to be established in Akwa Ibom in Insurubium local government. It's a public-private partnership. The essence is that it can serve as a model so that other farmers, whatever information they are not having, they can pick it up from there. And if you look at it, it's completely in alignment with agroecology, because what they are going to practice there is purely organic. And that is the way to go, because if you address that, you are going to address most of the health issues that are pertaining to what we eat, because we are what we eat. And I'm particularly impressed with the last presentation that was made, that some of these illnesses we have can actually be addressed by some of the food we eat. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That's so elaborate. I'm excited to know that there's an agric investment plan for this state, and also there are public-private partnerships providing funds, but we want to also appeal that they are youth-friendly, they are youth-focused, and groups like small holder women farmers are also able to access some of these inputs.
If I may add to that, just last year we had an agric business in which we trained 50 youths. And at the end of the program, we empowered them with 1 million naira each. Some of them went into different areas, poultry production, crop production, and as we speak, some of them are still in that business. And the age bracket was between 25 and that business. The only thing is that, as I can see, we are making agriculture to be youth-friendly, to be more attractive. Once it's attractive and the youth know that they can make money from it, they'll go into it.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. As I conclude with this session, we will continue again with the discussions around food system strengthening. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Please, can we clap for the panel members here? So, Prof.
And can we clap for the moderator for keeping to time?
We would like to have a group photograph with this first group. If the
cameraman, please, the moderator has taken
Let's
permission.
have Toilo, Blessing. Please, can you quickly join the picture? Come forward, please. Then the leaders from Clement Isom Foundation, program manager, and please, can we just have you?
Oh boy, that your picture is now sounding political. Why didn't you advise that I join the photograph and
Prof,
you are selecting from?
Prof, you can join anytime.
I don't like to beg.
Your pictures are everywhere. Let's quickly step up and have that photograph.
I'm not joining you. Oh, blessing, that is fine. You like to sandwich yourself between two men. I thought the Bible says, bless someone who finds. Blessed are you among women. Now you're blessed among men. Okay, can everyone say cheese? Cheese. That's right. Oh, boy, say cheese there.
All right, thank you so much.
Put your hands together again for panel 1. Right on course. Panel 2. The moderator did so well that I would like him to go for a second term. So our moderator is Friday Ogezi for a second term. He impressed me, and I think he impressed the audience. We have Barrister Nkechi Udo. Barrister Nkechi Udo. Yes, your own Udo has no H, so it's pronounced Udo. The one with H is pronounced Udo. I was taught that as a university public orator. Emma Ekanem, my brother and friend that corrected me of his name, the first called Emmanuel. He decided to cut off the UEL and retain EMNA. Ima. Emma. Now that's good. White bear. What does Emma mean?
Emma, most people think is an Ibibio name, but it's not. It's spelled E-M-M-A, and it's a Spanish thing known as treasure.
After this event, you go back to Madrid, sir. You are eating our food here, growing fat. All right, number 4, Dr. Gloria Asian. That is my colleague from the University of Uyo. Please put your hands together for Dr. Gloria Asian of Department of Agriculture, University of Uyo. And Priscilla Umor, Ecodens farmer. Priscilla Umor. Where's Priscilla? Udo. It's Umor the road. Okay, this is Priscilla Udo. Priscilla Udo. I was given Priscilla Umor, and my eyes are correct. Okay. Once again, could you mind testing the microphone to make sure nobody stole the voice away in the next batch? Everyone is on.
Hello.
Moderator, fire on, your time starts now.
Thank you so much, Prof. I'll keep to time again. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have more of the government representative here today, and also one of our organic farmer practitioner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you also representing an agency, or? Okay, great.
Yeah, I am.
Great. So we're going to have an elaborate, discussion. This time, I think we want to look around policies, different agencies' research. So there's somebody from the university seated here. We want to find out. My very first question will go to the person from the university. We are talking, around biodiversity preservation in terms of our indigenous seeds, crops and animals. As a representative from the university, are there programs targeting agroecological research, in the department that you work, and particularly targeting young persons to take up maybe the results and the outcome? Are there plans for that? And if there is, let's know. And if there are no plans, are there plans in place to see this happen? Because all that we are doing without research, we cannot really get, the way forward to, address the issues and have a deep-rooted analysis of what we want to address. When you don't know the problem, solving becomes difficult. So how has your organization and system in the university been like? Do they have this in place? Are they planning to do it, or how have you been working? We would like to know. Thank you.
Okay, in the university, so far, the last presenter talked elaborately on agroecology, and I can confidently tell you that that's the product of extensive research made from protracted thinking and observation, not just from labor. So we are here because of research. And the university, particularly the Department of Soil Science, Faculty of Agriculture, is very passionate on ensuring that the new generation embraces agroecology as the way forward. One of the striking things we are doing as we speak at the moment is to have the 4th year students interning in farms. So we've moved education in the faculty from just the gown to the town. The logic behind the gown is that we teach. Logic behind the town is that we now go to the farms. So in the 4th year, the students wear both the gown and are in town. So they're able to see firsthand the benefits of agroecology. We have very big farms where the students intern for a full year. It's compulsory that they live in the farms. In these farms, before now, farms were narrowed to just crops. For them now, farms have with them animals and everything as it should be, because we want to let them know that it's possible to be science-based, but not distract nature. So you are working with nature, not against nature, to make sure that you have balanced outcomes, where not just man is satisfied, but the dependence of man, the plants and the animals is lower than other areas of the state. So we do not just tell you than other areas of the state. So we do not just tell you what crops grow best on which soil, but we even tell you where within the agroecological zone that can host certain crops.
All of these are a function of extensive research that can host certain crops. All of these are a function of extensive research in the lab. This is all we do. We stay in the labs, we analyze the soils to help the farmers.
Well, let me add something to what she just said, because we're collaborating with two people, the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science.
Yes.
Now, the Nigerian Institute of Soil Science at some point has discovered that there were acidic soils around us.
Yes.
And so they carried out an on-farm research, the ADP in the state, to find solutions to this acidic thing. And they came up with sustainable, natural, like physics from poultry boosting. So that's it.
Thank you so very much, Marty. I'm glad to hear that a lot is happening, and I'm excited that sooner or later we'll be able to, acclimate in terms of soil availability, the texture, like you mentioned, all those things that you have done. So, sir, the next question comes to you. This is in Akwa Ibom State. What are the challenges, and how have you been able to tackle such, and what are future plans that you have to ensure that every single farmer that comes in contact with your extension agents are able to adopt agroecological practices?
Okay, thank you very much. The extension arm of the Agric is doing a lot already. Most of the places you've gone around to do this agroecology, and we'll do more. Apart from that, as time goes on and we scale up, there will be more research, what we call on-farm adaptive research. When the people in the university finish their on-station research, we take the optimum, not necessarily the best, the optimum, the one that can take care of all we think about and still make profit or make good yield. So we'll take that on as going on to go around the different districts of the state to show them that agroecology is the place to be now. More so, our extension agents, because there's a process before you input that agroecology into the extension system. So the process is ongoing, and soon most of the extension agents will carry the message across the state. Already in the few ones you've done, you've seen that we've been there, and so we'll continue to be there.
Thank you so very much, sir. We appreciate the work the ADP is doing in terms of supporting Action Aid programs all over Nigeria in terms of agroecological promotion and adoption. So my next question goes to the person from the Ministry of Women Affairs. We talk food systems. Today, agriculture is now a women's thing. Like our mothers, yeah. Like I said, bet me, if you eat gari anywhere, it was fried by a woman, anywhere, or fufu and all of that. So how has the Ministry of Women Affairs been able to work closely with the SWOFON, the Smallholder Women Farmers Organization of Nigeria, who we know right now are currently the ones providing all the food we are eating, alongside the ADP and the Research Institute? How have you guys been able to work to see how women are, empowered, and what programs does the ministry have that young persons can also participate in terms of promoting their adoption of agroecological practices here in Akwa Ibom State? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The Ministry of Women Affairs, let me start from the last part. We are looking at the aged, we are looking at every aspect of that gender or that sex of human being. So we're working with them. We're also working with organizations like Technology Incubation Center. We work with SUDAN. We work with Nigerian for Women Project and all that. What we intend to achieve, the objective there is to link them. They're not just producing this food. They're not just cultivating. We know that 50 to 80% of agriforce is is done by women. So we are also trying to build a capacity in cultivation, processing, and packaging. Because most times why they make use of pesticides is to preserve. But if they know about the safer ways of preservation through the processing, they will be able to produce or provide better food or good food, that when it comes to the tables of families, they will be sure that they are eating healthy meals. And Smidan, we're also looking at helping them set up enterprises that they will use in export purposes. Technology Incubation Center helps in fabricating some of the equipment. Like you talked about gari frying. They had gone further to build the capacities of these women to fry the gari or produce the gari in a larger scale, not just expanding their energy in doing it. So we're working with lots of women in groups, in affinity groups. And then for the younger women, we're also looking at building their capacity so that they will be able, taking over the baton from their mothers. And if they're able to take over the baton from their mothers, it will reduce the pressure on paid employment. I was particularly impressed with, I don't know if it's friends of female inheritance, female ownership of lands. She was talking about things that the government could do. And yes, there is a law that allows women females or daughters to inherit. But when it comes to implementation, when it comes to the tradition, that's when you now start hearing the dual identities of women. They don't belong to their families of birth. They also don't belong to their families of orientation, because when they're married out and they lose their husbands, you see that they collect all those things. For women to have access
It's on now.
Hello? Okay, it's on now. I would like to first of all start by saying that organic farming is not cheap and it's not easy. Why I'm saying that is that I normally say to anybody that wants to listen, based on, I actually started farming from data. I came from the data aspect, data analysis. So if you're coming from that aspect, first of all, what it will help you do as a farmer would be you'll be able to know what crop are you going to produce, what quantity and what market is available for that crop for you to make the money you're looking for. And then if you're coming into organic sphere, like everybody has been saying, agroecology is a transition from conventional farming. And then it will first of all take you to organic farming. Now, I want to debunk some ideas a lot of us have when we come to talk about chemicals. Because even in organic farming, when you want to do a mixture of neem oil and liquid soap, it will tell you the kind of liquid soap to use. And it still has some level of chemical content.
So what's the future of organic farming in Nigeria? How is the adoption rate based on all the work that you have done? And what can government do to promote it?
The future is that organic farming is just the way out of health issues in Nigeria. That's the future. And then it has opportunities like job creation. And the money we are actually looking for as young people, I bet you, is in organic farming. Because I'll just set an instance now, like cocoa. I cultivate cocoa. I came to see that there is a price for conventional cocoa and there's a price, you know where to take your produce to sell. Then for government, I would really say this. If any government wants to support agriculture, they should just know that they will need patience. Because to give out data in the sense that what area does so crop can grow. For instance, if you're in a back local government, does so crop can grow. For instance, if you're in a back local government, if you're in Oruganam local government, if you're in Etina local government, if you cultivate, for instance, cucumbers in large quantity, you'll be able to.
Thank you so much, sir. We are glad to hear that. Please, can you clap for my wonderful panel? Thank you so much, sir. We are glad to hear that. Please, can you clap for my wonderful panel members? On that note, we come to the close of this session. Prof, I don't know if we can take one or two questions.
No, I won't allow you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for Ogezi. He's done a marvelous job.
So please, can we just take a photograph with the second batch? Please, where's the photographer? Can we just have that quickly?
And all the other folks that were there in the first picture, could they just show faces again for the second slot? Or Ogezi, you don't want other people in the group? Please, if you're joining the photograph, could you just come up and join the picture session so that we could make progress? Well, the camera is not disturbed by my noise, neither will my noise be disturbed by the camera. So I'd like to appreciate you as being one of the best sets of audiences I've ever seen. I came in here, every one of you had seated like you are doing now, and you're still sitting to the end of this program. Put your hands together for yourself. You've done so well, you have behaved so maturely, you have behaved so professionally, and I appreciate that. Let me inform you about the closing formalities. We have ultimately paddled and waltzed to the end of this event. So right after now, I'm going to call on Caroline Gordian, who would come to give a vote of thanks. Caroline is the project manager of Clement Isong Foundation. You should be on standby to take. Put your hands together for Caroline, who is going to take. And right after that, we are going to have these anthems in the reverse order. First, we're going to have the Akwa Ibom State Anthem, and then we have the National Anthem. And those anthems will pray all the prayers that any other person would have loved to pray. And good news, good news, good news. In fact, it's breaking news. You are going to have lunch at the end of this event. I thought you were going to smile or clap. Okay. There will be lunch, a very sumptuous one at the end of this, and we shall behave the way we did at breakfast. But before the lunch, everyone would like to be captured in a group photograph out here. I will arrange for the cameraman if he would pay me. I would arrange the aesthetics for the picture if the cameraman would pay me. Otherwise, I will let him do what he knows best. Ladies and gentlemen, this is inviting Caroline Gordian for the vote of thanks.
Distinguished guests, our dear sponsors, partners, our farmers, and everyone present this evening. Thank you very much for finding our time amidst your busy schedule to honor our invitation to this summit. We have gathered here today. We have listened. I believe that we have learned so much insightful conversations, so much recommendations. We believe that if all these are incorporated into the farming system in Akwa Ibom State, we are going to have a sustainable food system in the state. And we are going to have adequate food sufficiency that to feed our dear citizens. Thank you very much, ActionAid, for making this event a success. Thank you very much, the organizing team. Thank you very much, the farming groups who are ensuring day and night that we have food on our tables, because if everyone should be in the white collar sector, I don't think we would be having food to eat. So thank you very much for farming for us. So we are going to incorporate all the recommendations that are being made from today's event. We are going to be sharing the communique with the relevant MDAs and stakeholders. Please be looking out for this because we'll share this with you. Please let this summit not end today. Let this be an ongoing thing. We are going to be forming a coalition from here that most likely is going to be advocating for the incorporation of agroecology into our agricultural system. So thank you very much for finding our time to come here today. We are so much grateful. May God Almighty make this summit to be sustainable and all of the recommendations that we have made to come to fruition. Thank you.
And thank you, Caroline, for not thanking me. Ladies and gentlemen, can we rise for Akwa Ibom anthem and thereafter the national anthem? And after that, we are going to take group photographs, then launch in that order. Akwa Ibom anthem, thanks.
Let us rise up, Akwa State, to the faith of greatness. Oh, Akwa Ibom, let all dreams be ever one. Rise beyond ethnicity, build with love our promised land. Forward ever, backward never, serve the land in unity and love. God of mercy, hear our plea, make our land a place to be. Let the warlike sheep be sword, still all vices in the land. Grant your rule, O Prince of Peace, that our state may ever be peaceful ever, warring never. Let your will, O God, forever reign. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign mother, symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
Could you put your hands together for us for this wonderful day? We thank God for clement weather. Thank you for life, for health. There was nobody who was rushed out here by an ambulance all through the time of sitting. And we want to thank everybody for cooperating. Begin to migrate, please, for the photograph. We won't waste time. I don't want the lunch to get cold. So begin to migrate up here. Everybody, please, we want to catch your face that you were a noble participant in today's conference. Just come in. The cameramen, take your positions. There will be no much protocol. If you need a dark cloth, you can look for one. Cover yourself before. Some will stand here. Taller people could stand here. And those who are not so tall could be in front. Then others could climb.